Thanks.
So how did you do at your table?
Well, how did we do?
Yeah? What did you work on?
We gained a lot of questions. We worked on, we started with an ecosystem dashboard. So to capture basically all the publicly available information that's out there in a field that is contextualized by a certain ecosystem. So yeah, that was quite
Very
complex to start with. Sorry? Yeah, and Martians. Yeah. So, and I think we ended up with something really interesting, where we look for a certain lens, and when you see a collaborative community, you want to find out, basically have a newsroom. And you want to find out how you can contribute and if you can contribute. And therefore you have to know who is active, who does what kind of knowledge graph does this community that is collaborating on a certain topic has, and how can you link that together? How can you attribute everything and the relationships in there? So basically this would be a tool for ecosystems to become much more transparent. In their context, all the relations in there, all the knowledge in there, and in the way anyone can interact with that ecosystem.
But it sounds like you already have a solution and you're supposed to just get the challenge.
Well, it's not. This is not a solution. This is a big challenge to get there. But we have a direction for a certain solution, and we know for sure that ecosystems have these needs. So, yeah.
And how did the canvases work? Were you happy with the canvas? Did it lead you? Yeah, I see big thumbs up over there.
May I have a round of applause for the creators
Yay!
of the canvas?
Stefan,
Jessica, Ritso is...
and Jessica.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we should tell as well that Jessica is drawing, what do you say, the notulen.
The notes.
The notes of today.
The report.
The report of today, and it's going to be published on the website, I think, of DutchChain. So there you can all look at it and have a look later on, because she did a wonderful job. Thank you, Jessica.
Yeah.
So where do we go from today, Rutger?
Yeah,
this was the kickoff of the season.
Yes, it is. And each of the challenges we have been discussing today, the results will be published online. So it's public information for anyone. Anyone can use it to basically align stakeholders, to recruit teams for the hackathon, or for the teams to browse and find whichever challenge resonates with them to start finding solutions. It's also your compass for when you participate in the deep dives. So we will have, for example, a regulatory deep dive with the Dutch Central Bank. They're opening their doors for the whole ecosystem and basically invite us to discuss the regulatory aspects and the questions that surround all these challenges. So there will be like 15 deep dives working towards the hackathon. In the first week of February, there's a whole festival, which we will open with the technical deep dive, and we will end with the ethical deep dive. As we've learned today, that is a very important thing as well. And I should not forget to mention that we also have a legal, code as law was already mentioned on stage, but we also have a legal deep dive at Loyens and Louvre. So there is a full program which leads towards the hackathon. And what we have learned from the past hackathons, what really worked, is to have all the stakeholders on board and actually co-create at the same side of the table. Because then you will not get the solutions you thought you were looking for, but you will get the solutions you might need. And those are the important ones.
So what can people do to prepare towards the hackathon in forming teams and
Yeah, we have a website that basically facilitates the whole process. And what we've learned is that a lot of people meet their team members they look for, but also meet their potential launching customers, of course, at the deep dives. So these are all open.
So show up at the deep dives.
Yeah,
that helps.
And keep thinking on how you want to contribute. I think today. It's also good to reflect a bit. Maybe you can think of how did I collaborate at the table? How was I able to make someone else successful in his or her contribution? The other thing you could ask as well, what did I prevent? Did I prevent someone to be successful at the table? I see fingers pointed. But I mean, it's not like a really cozy question or something, but it's really good to be conscious of this as we started off with hacking collaboration. Again, we can talk complex systems and design them all we want, but the most complex system is I think, us humans
working together,
yeah,
or not.
Or not. And if we consciously look at the way we ourselves as a human or as a group collaborate, I think it's if we don't do that, then we have a missed opportunity. And I hope that has been done today, and I also hope that when the people go home after the drinks, that they will keep thinking about it in the way of how did I make somebody else or the team more successful today, and how can I take that forward into the program and contribute to the actual solutions that are coming out, because I think we will have about 100 teams at the hackathon this year at least. We'll see how we'll manage from a production point of view, but it's
so a big sigh over there.
But that means 100 actual working prototypes which can be taken forward. And not all will succeed in being actually adopted by ecosystems. But if we think of this environment as an infrastructure for creating these commonized protocols and creating ecosystems and fostering ecosystems that adopt them, then basically nobody in here can be a competitor of anyone, because they're so incredibly a big amount of stuff to be built that we're gonna have years of fun. So I look forward to see everybody at all these deep dives, and especially at the hackathon, where as I saw it today, but that's where the magic happens.
Okay, so let's all say it's connect, co-create, and
commonize.
Commonize.
Yeah.
I want to kind of hear that, people. So it's connect, co-create, and
commonize.
Thank you. Okay, so before we go to drinks, maybe I should do some practical remarks about the tables. Pictures are going to be taken of the table, so please take off all your cards and all your personal stuff when you leave, so we can take good pictures of all the tables and have all the work that you've done today not go to waste. Do we have any more practical things we need to share?
Well, yeah. First of all, I want to thank all the volunteers that helped us out today, because, yeah, I think it's always quite special to have volunteers actively involved in events like this. Of course, all the people at the Hall of Knights and who made it possible, and of course a big round of applause for Anne Wil as well, keeping us on track.
It was fun.
Yeah,
we had fun.
So yeah, that was the most important thing I want.
And I think it's time for drinks upstairs. Thank you.
Thank you
all.